Hi everyone, this is continuing on with your Algebra 1 end of course released exam 36 through 40. 36, they give you a table of values. They tell you it's a linear function, that means it's a line, and they want us to translate it down 10 units and create h. So basically what I did, instead of plotting these points and then trying to graph and translate down, what I did is I used stat, L1, L2, this would be your x and y values, plug that in, and then once you hit in, you get those in, you hit stat, calculate, then hit number 4, because that's your linear regression. And you will get y equals negative 1.25x plus 8, which is this y equals negative 5/4x plus 8. All right, and they want you to translate this down by 10 units, which basically means subtract 10 from here. So you get y, and that's what you get. So I took the liberty of graphing g. My y-intercept was 8. My slope was negative 5/4, so that would be down 5 to the right, or you could do up and over, and down 5 over here. Now we want to translate this down by 10 units. So we're starting at 8. If you go down, we'd be right here. And we have the same slope. The slope is negative 5/4. So here I'll go up 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 4. And then do it again down here. We go down and to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And draw it as best as I can on an iPad. There we go. Parallel lines because they have the same slope. And then you have to look at the questions they're asking. And this graph right here is H. So that's H, this is G. And they're not steeper. The x-intercept of the graph of G is to the right of the x-intercept of H. That's actually true, because the x-intercept is here and here. So, but the answer actually is H. It says the y-intercept of G is 10 units above the graph of H, because this right here is 10 units, and it's above. So H, so you from H you would add 10. Okay. So the next problem is this one. And what I'm going to do is rewrite this equation. Now, if you put it in the calculator, and it's asking for the solutions. Well, solutions to this means when y is 0, what is x? So right here, when I looked in my calculator, I got when y is 0, x is negative 6, and y is 0 here, x would be 1. And that's just graphing it, but I let this be y and plug it in the calculator and see where my y would be zeros, or you could look on the table. However, the way I think they want you to do it is you're going to factor. So you pull out a 3, and you factor this, and you're going to get x plus 6 times x minus 1. And you set both of these pieces to 0. So we get x plus 6 equals 0. means x equals negative 6. And you get x minus 1 equals 0. We don't care about the 3, because the 3 is just multiple. So this would be x equals 1. And those are your two solutions, too. So I don't know which way you like better. I tend to do it this way. But if you want to use your calculator, you could just plug this in. Just remember to change the 0 to y and graph it that way. And remember what solutions mean. It means your x-intercepts. All right. Now on this one, they give you the 4 graphs. And again, as usual, what I would rather do, instead of looking at their graphs and getting all confused with that, I would rather just draw it and then match it. So there's a lot of white space at the bottom of the page. So let's just graph it. A factory worker places 10 boxes, packed 12 boxes at a constant rate. So, let's see, did I write this down? Okay. Then he took a 30-minute break. So, at a constant rate, so what I'm going to do is just draw a constant rate here and go all the way to 12. When I hit 12, that's a constant rate, the slope of 1, well actually 3, the slope would be 3, so that's my constant rate. Now what did he do? He took a 30-minute break. So for 30 minutes, and this is going by hours here, this is hours, time, it's your time. So this 2 to 3, so I'm just going to go in between here. And he took a break. He didn't pack anything. Then he spent, packed the boxes at twice the rate. So my slope here was 1. So from here, I'm going to go up 2 over 1. All right? At a constant rate. All right? Then he spent an hour cleaning the working area. So we're going up 1, going up to 2. Here. And then we go up 2 over 1 again. And then he spent 1 hour cleaning. So that's what it would look like. All right. So what you really need to do on some of these is look at them and see which ones make sense. But what I did is I just knew twice as fast, so I let my slope be 1, and then did it like this. So this should actually go a little, I did 30 minutes here, it should go a little longer. And then pick it, and when I looked at what I did, I got F. Okay? All right, 39, what does it say? We have table, what statement's true. What I did is I used the stat. Again, L1. Since you can use the calculator, I would take advantage of it. L2, this is your X and Y. And just plug that in. It does say it's linear. So you're going to go to stat. After you input it on the edit, you're going to go to stat, calculate, and then push number 4. All right, and then you should get Y equals negative 65x plus 620. And the only answer that has these two amounts in it, the slope, this is 65 miles per hour, and then you have a 620-mile trip. Those are the only two numbers in the A, B, C, and D choices is C. So it ends up being easy if you just use the stat button. Okay, and number 40, which inequality represents the values? And this is for when Y is 64. I mean, not 64, 46. So I just plug it in as solve. So I get 46. Let me move it over. I get 46 equals negative 6x. It's not equals, it's less than or equal to x minus 18 minus 2. And just simplify. Let's simplify some more. All right. Now I have to simplify this, and what I'm going to do is move my x. I'm going to add x to both sides. So I get 6x plus 46 is less than or equal to, this cancels, 106. And then I'm going to subtract 46 from both sides. So that cancels, so you get 6x is less than or equal to, excuse me. So 106 minus 46 gives you 60. Just want to make sure I'm doing it right. So divide both sides by 6. So you get x is less than or equal to 10. And the answer would be F. All right. The next set of problems will be 41 through 45. Have a nice day.